everybody, it's Adam Grubb, and this is Stick and Hack, and this is the best of the year, basically the year in review. What were some of the great standout moments? We had amazing guests all year, but really we had PGA and LPGA superstars throughout the show this year, and we wanted to showcase to you some of the best moments of those interviews. And we round out the year with Morgan Pressel, who was on the show, LPGA and superstar and broadcaster as well. She joined the Stick and Hack Show. Here is Morgan Pressel as the PGA and LPGA look back at the Stick and Hack Show best of moments. Continue right now. We had a conversation with Susie Whaley a couple weeks ago for the Business of Golf podcast here on the Stick and Hack Network. And I said something, because I have girls, and I said, you know, I would love it if my girls were interested in golf. And Susie put me in my place pretty quickly. She said, just take them golfing. She's like, don't wait for them to have an interest in something. You just take them and have them around the game and have them a part of that process. And Mike, that's how you started. You were just around your dad. You were just around the club and playing golf. And it struck me as, first of all, I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty dumb. I should just take them and not tell them where we're going. Just show up here. You sit in the cart. We're going to play golf and just have them around the game. And it is that simple to get kids interested in anything. They have to try it and they have to be a part of it. And I think that's a great point. What personality trait, Morgan? And we're talking with Morgan Pressel of the LPGA here on the Stick and Hack Show. Morgan, what personality trait do you have in your life, your personal life, that you feel is a major strength in your golf life?
Whew, that's a tough question. I mean, I'd say it's a blessing and a curse. It helps me and it hurts me, both. But a little bit of perfectionism that I have, definitely, in pretty much everything that I do. I'm highly self-critical, which is helpful when you want to make real change and you need to look, as pretty much a very analytical brain at your golf game and what you can improve on. But then I'd say it also is a little bit detrimental when sometimes I am definitely too hard on myself. So it's a little bit of both, if that makes sense. There's nothing, I have a hard time turning off my brain. So where it works, where it helps me in some areas of my game, sometimes I got to let things go a little bit easier, and always working on those kinds of things.
One might call that the stick and hack approach.
It's very true, Adam. Morgan, you talked about the next challenge, and so that kind of brings me to a topic. Tell us about your new contract with NBC and the Golf Channel as a broadcaster. And
that's pretty personal. You're asking for the contract negotiations and how much he's making?
No.
Oh, okay. What do you need?
What's
Relax.
Excuse me. My question.
Can you email us your bank statement?
Yeah. What's the easiest part and the hardest part of this new venture for you?
Well, I don't know if there is an easy part, since it's also brand new to me, and I'm really just trying to soak it all up and learn as much as I can. I'd say the hard part is trying to come up with something coherent to say when the red light's on, when the camera's rolling and you've got to react quickly to what you see. I'm figuring out the timing. I'm figuring out even working with different people week to week can be a challenge. Different hosts or different on course or different producers or whatever it might be. Learning everybody's different style and how you can best work together as a team to create an interesting broadcast. I'd say, working golf, I do know golf. I know the game. I know what it's like to be in those positions under pressure, having to hit the shot. And, so I just try to rely on those experiences and sometimes as words come out of my mouth, I'm like, oh no, why did I say that? Can I bring that back? So it's been an interesting learning experience. It's definitely stressful. Live television is very interesting and fast paced and very intense. And I'm just really trying to enjoy the process and learn as much as I can and continue to improve. I know that just like in golf, I know that I'm going to make mistakes. I'm not going to be perfect every broadcast or probably any broadcast, even though I'd like to be, but just try to learn as much as I can. and keep improving.
Sounds very much like my experience on the Stick and Hack show every week.
I think something that might surprise people, and I don't know if this is true. I saw this and I see it every now and then, and hopefully I'm not showing my denseness here. But of all the technology on the golf course and all the shot tracking and all the ability, the way that the broadcast teams find out what club is being used is typically the caddy showing an 8 or a 4 or showcasing the caddy to the reporter of what club is being used. Is that true?
That is correct. And so this is another thing that I'm learning is how close or how far to stand from the player. And, sometimes I feel more comfortable standing further away because I don't want to distract the player, when I'm whispering into the microphone. And then when I'm standing that far away, I can't see what the caddy's flashing me, what numbers on their fingers. So sometimes I just am like, you might not hear a club from me. That's just because I literally cannot see it.
they're hitting anything between a 5 and an 8 iron. Deal with that.
Yes, I'm not sure. Something there.
Even with all your success over the last 20 years, can you still identify with the idea that every golfer has a little bit of stick and a little bit of hack in them?
Totally. I feel like a hack every day. I might not look like one, but for me, oh my gosh. It goes back to what we talked about earlier with that perfectionist, super self-critical thing. But yeah, I mean, every golfer has strengths. Every golfer has weaknesses. There's always things that can be improved. And sometimes it's just your mental game. Sometimes you're a mental hack more than you are a physical hack.
And sometimes you're both that day.
Oh, I see some finger pointing there. Oh.
Sometimes you're both. Morgan Pressel, the guest here on the Stick and Hack Show. Morgan, thank you so much for your time. You've been an incredible guest, incredible interview.